Hey guys, let's begin. We're getting close. We're on lesson 29. Of 35 that we're doing, and then we're moving forward. Lesson 29 of the Miracle Book. God is everything I see. God is everything I see. God is everything I see. The idea for today explains why you can see all purpose in everything. It explains why nothing is separate by itself or in itself, and it explains why nothing you see means anything. In fact, it explains every idea we have used thus far and all subsequent ones as well. Today's idea is the whole basis for vision. You will probably find this idea very difficult to grasp at this point. You may find it silly, irrelevant, senseless, funny, and even objectable. Certainly, God is not in a table, for example, as you see it. Yet, we emphasized yesterday that a table shares the purpose of the universe. Well, the 12 steps often refer to God as a doorknob, which used to irritate me, but I guess we'll be shedding those ideas and those type of judgments and points of view as we proceed ahead. So let's proceed ahead. Yet we emphasized yesterday that a table shares the purpose of the universe, and what shares the purpose of the universe shares the purpose of its creator. Try then, today, to begin to learn how to look at all things with love, appreciation, and open-mindedness. Sorry to say that word. Open-mindedness. You know what I'm trying to say. Where did it go? No! Oh my goodness, I totally lost it. You'll probably find this idea very difficult to grasp at this point. You may find it silly, irrelevant, senseless, funny, and even objectable. So whoever wasn't paying attention, I hope you're paying attention now. Certainly God is not in a table, for example, as you see it. Yet we emphasized yesterday that a table shares the purpose of the universe. Shares the purpose of the universe. And what shares the purpose of the universe shares the purpose of its creator. Try then today to begin to learn how to look at all things with love, appreciation, and open-mindedness. Yet, you do not see them now. Would you know what it is then? Would you know what it is in them? Nothing is as it appears to you. Whoa. You do not see them now. Would you know what it is in them? ? Nothing is as it appears to you. Its holy purpose stands beyond your little range. When vision has shown you the holiness that lights up the world, you will understand today's idea perfectly. And you will not understand how you could ever have found it difficult. Isn't that the way? When you get to a certain place and you're like around people that are walking the same journey that you have just walked, and you're like, how did you get there? They ask you, and you're like, I don't know, I forgot, I just is now here. I think that's what that reminds me of. What tools did we use to get here? I don't know, but that's where I reside now. It's where home is now. Be that example. Or six 2 minutes practice periods for today should follow a now familiar pattern. Begin with repeating the idea to yourself. God is in everything I see. God is in everything I see. God is in everything I see. 1 or 2 6-minute or hour 2 6-minute periods for today should follow a now familiar pattern. Begin with repeating the idea for yourself and then apply it with randomly chosen subjects about you, naming each one specifically. Try to avoid the tendency towards self-directed selection, which may be particularly tempting in connection with today's idea because of its wholly alien nature. Remember that any order you impose is equally alien to reality. Your list of subjects should therefore be as free of self-selection as possible. For example, a suitable list might include: God is in this coat hanger. God is in this magazine. God is in this finger. God is in this lamp. God is in that body. God is in that door. God is in that waste basket. In addition to the assigned practice periods, repeat the idea for today at least once an hour. So apart from your 2-minute 6 periods of throughout the day, also just the top of every hour, at the end of every hour. Looking slowly about you as you say the words unhurriedly to yourself, at least once or twice. You should experience a sense of restfulness as you do this. So find the rest in it. That was lesson 29 in the Miracle Book. Lesson 27 in the Hope Book. The word for today is help. Help! I need somebody. Help! Not just anyone. That's the Beatles, right? Okay. Life's most persistent and urgent question is, what are you doing for others? I think we did that, didn't we? This goes to show how often it takes for me to do. We need to start being here together more often, because yeah, I think we've done this one, but if we haven't, well, I don't want to skip it, so we'll continue. Life's most persistent and urgent question is, what are you doing for others? That's Martin Luther King, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. What are you doing for others? In some circles, you may hear comments about helping people to get out of their own head. You are most likely a helper or a giver type person if you are reading this book or hearing this book with me. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. has a valid point. It is urgent that we approach life by serving and assisting others. This is a way of life, a consciousness, if you will. Helpers are those who are focused on serving. This does not mean to help others in a needy, clingy way so you can be the martyr and remind them of your goodness. No. This is manipulation and not the goal at all. When you do for another, expecting a return from them, you're missing the point. The universal law reminds us that we are blessed in abundance. We are blessed when we give. When we give, we are also receiving. A way to put it, I read recently in a book I'm reading called Right Recovery for You by Marilyn, I forget her last name. Right Recovery for You, excellent work, an excellent book on the tail ends of looking at recovery in a different way from any sort of addictive or a compulsive behavior. And when she was speaking about giving and receiving, it's kind of like when you find that perfect gift and you're like, that person is gonna love this gift. It is just what they need. It's so them. And you give it to them and you get excited because you see that look on their face and you're like, oh, I nailed it. I mean, this is bringing them such joy. It is in giving that we receive when we see that joy on their face. When we see them receiving your gift. That is the gift back. That is how we need to receive and give. And if it's not in that way, you're looking for trauma and drama. So don't. Find your boundaries. When you do for another expecting a return from them, you are missing the point. The universal law reminds us that we are blessed in abundance. The key here is to go beyond your limited thinking. And remember that the blessing can come from anywhere and may never come from those you served. How beautiful is that? I'll restate that another way. It's like you did for others. You found the joy in giving and being of service. And then out of left field comes this unexpected person or situation or occurrence, circumstances that help you right where you needed your help. and it was so unexpected that you just crumble into gratitude and are filled with joy at the universe taking such good care of you. That's beautiful. That's an abundant life. You are blessed by helping another. You receive immediately through your actions, and you receive in the long run as well. As I see it, helping and serving others is the way to go. Now, the daily application. Help another today without expectation or agenda for future return. I imagine that part of that has to be you want to help. You want to be doing what you're doing. You have to find good energy in it. If you're trudging through it, it's not going to be energetically, it won't be that positive energy that will come back to you won't be available if you're exerting negative or muddled energy. So when you do this daily application for today, this helping another, make sure that your heart is in the right place. You really focused, your intention, you're set, you're in that energetic field where you know that you are, what's the way to put it? You know you're contributing not to just them, but to yourself, because you're energetically in that space. If it's not that way, then you might be taking not just from yourself, but from them, because they'll feel that energy and they'll have to put up with you trying to help them, and then may actually send them into shame or guilt or agitation. Read the room. Read the energies. Let go and allow the universe to bless you. Take care of yourself and help others. You can do this. Namaste. Tomorrow we will work on nurturing, which will be 28 in the Hope book. And dun dun dun, in the Miracle book we're hitting 30. That's 5 more, including tomorrow. And tomorrow it'll be God is in everything I see, because God is in my mind. All right. I love you guys. Namaste. Mwah.